I wish I could be me. I'm my favorite member of my family tree.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
What?
See, this is why we need to roll. We're actually rolling now.
Oh, we are. I thought I heard
Was that
every one
rolling?
of your crazy songs.
Okay,
but that one I'd never heard before.
We're starting this podcast with that song.
We're in right now. Okay. Well, yes, I'm Conan O'Brien, and then blah blah blah, Sona, blah blah blah. And then listen, I say so much nonsense all the time that I'm always stunned when something burbles out of my mouth that you haven't heard before.
Me too.
But I just did it.
Yeah.
I just said, what did I say? My favorite person is me. I'm my favorite member of my family tree.
I want to be me.
I want to be me because I'm my favorite member of my family tree.
Did you just make that up?
I think I did.
I've never heard it
I don't
before.
know.
It rings true.
And it's a stupid thing to say.
It's so stupid.
Who would say I want to be me because I'm my favorite member of my family tree? These things spill out of me all the time. As I've said, brushing my teeth. In the middle of the night, I'll wake up and I'll say something like that. Sometimes I'll put it to music.
And the listeners should know that you hear Conan in an unhinged form on the podcast. I would multiply that times like 8.
Yeah.
Pre-recording, that's what it's like in here, I think.
Yes, I'm trying to be responsible somewhat when we do this. And I should probably stop. But over the years, everyone always said there was the meeting after the show. Yeah. You were around for those, Sona.
I was.
Blay, you were around for those. The meeting before the show, when we were going over the jokes and the band is playing and the audience is loaded in, that was pure insanity.
Insanity.
And then the meeting afterwards was unhinged insanity.
Yeah.
As was rehearsal.
Rehearsal was often a mad king. A mad syphilitic king.
This is feeling
Caligula,
right.
who's putting his horse in charge of making his horse a senator. Only I have a Fender guitar strapped on, and
don't forget the syphilis, all the syphilis.
Yeah, syphilis, and the horse had syphilis too.
Yeah.
The point being that these are just little snippets that I guess are somehow
your brain.
What's wrong with me?
Syphilis.
I don't know. Is it syphilis?
It's not syphilis.
Okay.
I get tested every day.
But is this how you were as a kid? Like,
Yes.
would you go around muttering like, I want to be me? Would you
there was
say
a lot
things
of
like that?
craziness, and I mean, we've talked about this, but anytime I played any sports activity with other kids, all I did was talk and make up who I was and to describe who my character was and how I had been in prison, but I just got out because I had murdered a fan in the stands, but now they're giving me a second chance. I knew my name, I knew my whole backstory, and my brother Luke, my poor brother Luke is a saint. He's a year older than me. Would be like, just play the game. We'd play these pickup basketball games, and these people sometimes wouldn't even know me. And I'd be like, yeah, see, this is who I am, see?
You did it in front of people you didn't even know?
Sometimes, yeah.
So, like, there was never this thing in your brain that was like, oh, God, people are going to think I'm crazy. You were just like, whatever.
There was no stopping it.
Okay.
I did go to a summer camp once, and I don't think the kids liked me that much, but this one camp counselor I was on a trip, and I made up this whole story about a bird that was the size of a human that was running through the woods, and I made up this whole thing, and I was just babbling and improvising this whole thing, and this guy was crying. He was laughing so hard.
Oh my God.
And he got back and he was like, that kid is really, and they were like, that guy? I don't like that guy. And they were like, I'm telling you, he's really funny. Tell them about the thing you told me on the trail. And I couldn't recreate it. And they still hated me.
Did people really dislike you? Like, did you, do you think that, like, you walked into a room and people were like, oh God, Conan?
I think when I first showed up, people were like, I looked like the Wendy's logo with a bull haircut. And I had a weird name, and I was not good at sports. So I think maybe initially, but then I think people came around to old Conesy.
Yeah, I think so.
It paid off.
Yeah, it did. Look at you now.
Look at me now in a small room.
Look,
Look at you now in a small room at Larchmont in Los Angeles.
You're working with us?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, look at us.
Wow. A podcast with my assistant. The creme de la creme of show business. Did you know that after Dean Martin broke up with Jerry Lewis, he just spent a bunch of his later years just touring around with his assistant? And it was
that true?
Nope, made it up.
Oh, come
They made movies.
Man. Why do I believe everything you say?
Because I have a certain authority.